Are you struggling with fear of judgment and social anxiety? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you 5 different perspectives and concepts that will help you, and then 2 questions at the end to really unlock some of that and get over this fear of judgment and social anxiety. What's up, legend? It's Sherman here from Geek Psychology, helping you find your true character and level it up so you can play life better. So I guess, asked a question, is how do you do this? How do you put yourself out there on the internet, on YouTube, and sharing pictures of your personal life, your family life, and these ideas and stuff that you have? And, do you ever feel like, people might be judging you? Do you have any anxiety over that? And yes, I do. It's awkward. It's weird. It's very strange to share yourself to the public, to tell other people about what's going on inside, and sharing your ideas, and releasing content like this regularly all the time means that some of it can't get as refined as you would like it. And that's part of the process, which is something I'm going to talk about quite a bit in this video. So I just wanted to say that I've been doing this for a while. I've put a lot of time into it. This is like video 375 or something like that. And I'm still learning. I'm still working on getting better at communicating my message and having the energy and conciseness to do it. It's not easy. It's part of the process. And the reason I do it is because my reasons for doing it are larger than my insecurities. And it's not an instant 180-degree switch. It's not like I just woke up one day and was like, okay, I'm gonna share everything I have all the time, and I'm gonna make these videos and stuff. It was a process. I was like, I don't want to do it. I gotta do it. There's something about this that I need to share, and etc. etc. It just kind of built on itself. And it wasn't just all of a sudden this is what I do type thing. So point number 1, most of the judgment that's happening is coming from within. It's self-judgment. It's like you're comparing yourself to all these ideals that you have and all these opinions that you're creating for other people, right? They don't care. Most people don't care. Most people are just doing their own thing. The judgment is really happening within you, and that's something you really got to check. Like, whose authority are you judging yourself on? What ideals are you coming up with? What are these things that you're comparing back and forth to? And also, in what domain? In what domain are you judging yourself on? Like, yeah, sure, I might be better at standing up and talking about this stuff than you right now. Right? But you're better in another domain. If you look at somebody who's an amazing golf player, and you compare yourself to a pro golfer or something like that, well, yeah, you're going to struggle in that domain, and so your judgment against yourself is going to be skewed, right? But remember that you have your own things that you're good at too. You have your own areas in life that you have spent more time on than the other people. Number 2, it's all feedback. Like, people have their issues. People are going to vent, right? Not everybody knows how to control their emotions and their opinions and their like all the stuff that comes out of their mouth, right? They just need to share it for some reason, and that's because they're going through their own issues and they're just venting that out to other people and trying to make other people feel bad because they feel bad inside, right? And I'm sure you've heard this. This is nothing new. Right? This is just me trying to reinforce this so that you really let it sink in. Other people are just trying to figure themselves out in this process, and sometimes they know it, sometimes they do it nicer with more tact, sometimes they don't. But really, the thing to remember is it's all feedback. Feedback is not necessarily positive or negative. It's just saying that this is a good thing, this is a bad thing, this could use more work. If it's art and somebody criticizes it, well, then maybe the art is not for that niche, that type of person. Or maybe that is the niche that you're going for and it didn't resonate with them, so you need to adjust it. You need to figure out a way of crafting that message in a better way so that the meaning gets across to them. either way, it's just feedback. Like, so you can take it and adjust with it and continue on. It's not an assessment of who you are as a person. Number 3, honor the journey. It's a process. As I mentioned, this is a thing that you go through. You learn how to get over this fear of judgment and the social anxiety or whatever it is. You don't just instantly switch. It's not like you just woke up and everything's different. There's a journey to it. You know, and things like hypnosis and NLP and different techniques, understanding how images work in your mental space and adjusting them, and posture and tapping meridians and things, those all really do help. But even that is a process. Like, that's stuff that you got to go through and learn about too. You know, and you can make massive gains in a couple months, but it's still, that's a couple months, right? So make sure that you can compare yourself to your past, right? Compare yourself to where you were before you started this journey of growth. And if you're working on it intently, then you're going to be better, you know, the next day and the next day and the next day. And you can look back and like, I wasn't doing this before. I didn't get this far before. You know, I cared a lot more. I wouldn't have let these comments, you know, roll off me before. And now I can. Now I can say I love myself, or, you know, I have a better self-image. You know, even if it's just a little bit, it's part of that journey. And eventually you're going to be able to look back and say like, wow, I've come a long way because I've put intention into this hero's journey, you know, and I've crossed into the unknown world, the chaotic world, and I've gained the skills, and I've gotten beat up, and I've tried and tried and tried, and now I've learned more. Number 4, creativity and self-expression is important. And if you're constantly worried about about judgment, about yourself, and the social anxiety, you're not going to be tapping into that really, really important aspect of life. Like, you need a way of expressing these things and getting these emotions out in whatever way it is. If it's like art or crafts or poetry or singing or dancing or creating games, playing games, collecting things that are an expression of who you are. Like, there's tons of different ways of going through this. And they're important. So find a medium that works for you in some way to express yourself, that you don't really care so much if you are being judged on, right? Like, these videos are a little goofy, they're a little weird. I talk about things that a lot of people don't necessarily think about in their daily life, like making parts of you into animal pirates and stuff like that, right? But it's my way of self-expression. This is art to me in a form. And it's important for me to get these ideas and this content out in some way. You know, don't die with that feeling of like, you know, there's still something in me. And I'm not talking about like a chest burster alien or anything like that. I'm talking about like that feeling of, you know, regret. Like, I should have done this. I should have done this thing. Now the world is not going to have my message. The world is not going to know what they could do to solve some problems, because I was too afraid of being judged, because I was too afraid of talking to another human being or expressing myself. And going along with that, number 5, make the purpose bigger and more important than your fear. You know, if you don't share this message, really bad things are going to happen. Like, pump it up. I've talked about this before. Make the scale really big. Make it so motivating that you can't not do it. Like, by you not stepping up and getting past this and talking to people or expressing yourself in some way, that the world is suffering. You're not going to be able to help the one person or the 100 people or whatever it is, thousands of people, 10 people, I don't know, whatever it is. By you not sharing it, it's not going to impact somebody in a potentially very positive way. You know, if it's like writing children's books, maybe you have this desire to write children's books, and some kid reads that with his family, and then remembers it 30 years later. Like, I remember some of the books that I used to read with my mom. I bought them for my daughter. Like, just the impact that things can have are amazing and very extreme. And it's important to just pump it all up, make it stronger, make it bigger, make it more meaningful, make it attached to your purpose and in helping other people in the world. So I have 2 questions here to wrap this up, to make this a bigger, more important thing. This is how I motivate myself to do a lot of things, is to make it bigger, make it more than just me. So question number 1, what are you willing to do to get this message out? And who benefits if you do? It's really important that you get it out there. Who is going to be better off because you've created cute little figurines, or you've shown your art, or you've written some poetry that might touch somebody, that might help somebody when they're feeling down or when they need to be inspired? Or it might be a gift that they could give to somebody else. Like, who is going to benefit because of you playing your role and getting that thing out there to help somebody else? And number 2, something I love to do is to invert it. So who suffers from you not doing it? If you don't do this, if you don't step up, if you don't leave the inn and go out on the quest to slay the dragon, who suffers? Who is going to live a worse life because you were too afraid to leave? Ooh, that's a big one. That gave me the shivers right there. Like, who are you hurting by not sharing your message, by not talking to somebody new, by not, meeting other people and expressing yourself? What relationships could you have missed out on already? And the next person that you see that you feel you should talk to, just go talk to them. Just go do it. Go enjoy yourself at a party. Because maybe you're going to make the connection that's going to change your entire life. It's happened to me a bunch of times. So it can happen to you too. This is going to sound a little, I don't know, maybe inflated, but I know that I've helped a lot of people through making these videos. So each video, I know that there's a chance that it's going to help somebody feel better about themselves in some way, or take on an activity or something like that that maybe they didn't before, or get into personal development. So I got to keep going. Make it like that for you, and you'll find the motivation so that you can get over this fear of judgment and social anxiety. I hope that this video helped. If it did, please let me know down below in the comments what helped you, what resonated, and if you could, like, share, and subscribe. And if you want one-on-one coaching with me, go to geekpsychology.com, sign up for a clarity session where we can get to know each other, we can help you through one of your problems, give you a next step forward, and see if you're good for a coaching session. See if both of us vibe together, all right, if we're a good match. If you want more videos on personal growth, check them out over here. Keep up the lifelong questing. Good luck, have fun. Peace.